Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome to our first guest of season 2, Jackie.
Hi, so excited to be with you guys today. Awesome.
I know it's going to take a little bit getting used to. Like, do you actually have
Yeah.
any experience talking in front of a camera?
Oh goodness, I choose to remain silent and off camera.
Are you someone who likes to be, I guess, like you have it on and your camera off and you're just kind of lurking in the meeting?
I definitely respond when I need to, but I still keep the camera off.
All right. Well, again, dude, we're glad to have you here. Catch us up on like what's been going on. Like I think the last time I saw you is probably like Mike's farewell.
Oh my goodness. I think that was in June, and I was getting over another breakup.
How many breakups are you going through? Because before this, you were talking about like 2, 3 years. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay, so that was a year and a half long relationship that I was getting over at that point when I saw Don previously. And the most recent one that I had brought up to you guys was just like it was literally a month and a half fling thing.
Oh, it's a debacle. It's okay. When was the last time that I saw you?
Probably at City College.
Like 8 years ago?
More than that.
Because people have been asking me like, oh, who is interested in getting on, right? So then I told them. And they're like, damn, I haven't seen some of these people in like 10, 15 years. The last time I saw you, I believe, was at like a pool joint. Am I
Pool?
crazy? Yeah, like,
A
with the
pool?
sticks and the balls and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pool joint. Yeah, yeah. I literally thought pool, and
Like
I
a
was thinking
pool
of an
hall.
actual physical pool, not like a pool hall or like a billiards place. But
Not
no,
billiards joint.
you're probably right. God, I'm trying to think if we were like at what party we were at for that one.
What have you been up to?
I know you said you went to like a concert the other day.
Yes. So yesterday I went to see this band called Air. Have you heard of them?
Hell no.
No, air.
What kind of music do they play?
Okay, so it's this French band,
Oh
and
shit.
the only reason I know them is because they did the soundtrack to Virgin Suicides, directed by Sofia Coppola.
You know about that movie?
Yes, the Virgin Suicide. Because I mean, my favorite movie from Sophia is Lost in Translation. Have you ever
Mm,
watched that? Yeah, that one's like an easy favorite
totally.
for her. Yeah, but I haven't watched the Virgin Suicides. Dude, that's awesome. Where was the concert at?
So it was in Brooklyn Paramount, and
Mhm.
I only really knew like one or two songs, so I was going in blind. I had no idea what to expect.
Did you
Mhm.
go alone?
No, I did not go alone.
Who did you go with?
Oh.
Nah, don't even take it there. That's not what I meant by that. I'm just
No, no,
asking.
I
Like, did you
wasn't
go
saying
alone?
anything either. I just sorry, my
I'll be
reaction
going
does
alone to
not.
mash shit.
I mean, I went with a friend I made on a dating app.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay,
cool.
cool, cool, cool. You
yeah.
only know 2 songs.
I think it's called Playground Love, and I don't know what the name of the other song is, but I had a great time. It was really awesome. It was very surprising.
What do you mean by surprising? What is that?
Uh, when I listened to the album beforehand, I was really bored, and
Okay.
I regret buying the tickets. I was like, I'm gonna fall asleep. And when I get there, live music is just so different compared to when you listen to an album with actual musicians playing. It's so much more fun.
Oh, absolutely. I was about to say.
Oh
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought you meant like it
yeah.
was worse. Like what? No,
and
it's
I was
actually really,
better.
really awesome. It's way better.
Yeah.
Certain artists aren't that great, like when you listen to them live, but then some people are a lot better. Like their presence and their energy can be felt in person. That's great. I'm glad you're able to enjoy them in person, even though you're kind of bored initially going into it.
Yeah, I wish I was a little stoned, honestly, for the first half of the show. It was one of those bands where it's just like you need to be insanely high to really enjoy what you're listening to.
Yeah, like what's the genre?
I feel like it's kind of like psychedelic indie space funk.
You smoke often?
I haven't actually smoked in months.
Oh, good for you,
Yeah,
man. I can't get off
yeah.
of it. I'm turned up right now, and I'm like, it's a everyday thing for me. Not like it's a bad thing, but
I think I've wanted to try like listening to certain like musicians while either high or maybe like on mushrooms. So I feel like,
Mm,
yeah, no, when you think about the feeling of being in that moment and then the chemicals kind of hit you, and then all of a sudden you kind of start seeing sounds like in color, I guess. I'm trying to figure out the term for it. But if I were listening to like Kiss the Sky while high or on like maybe LSD, I haven't tried it yet, but I feel like you'd be able to have like an awesome experience, you know?
Can I ask, was it a date?
I don't really know if I can call it a date.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it was a date.
That's not a good sign. You know, you need to be 100% definite. If it's a date, it's a date. It cannot be like kind of a date.
I just kind of, with this person in particular, I kind of, when we first met, had put like caveats in front of us. Like,
Okay.
I'm kind of not really ready to date because I'm still not over the last person, but I want to spend time with you.
Did he have caveats of his own, or was it just you who had caveats?
Just me.
Okay. Hey, dude, it's cool. I mean, I guess how recent was your last, relationship, if you would?
I wouldn't really call it a relationship. It was kind of like a whirlwind romance type thing.
It was
Okay.
like a summer
Um,
fling type
Summer.
shit.
Yeah, you could call it that for
Okay.
sure. We met at the beginning of August at a friend's wedding. It was kind of like a meet cute, beautiful thing, and I flew across the country to like have our first date.
Lord have
Okay.
And
mercy.
yeah, and then it ended.
Not to be intrusive, by the way, Jack. I
Yeah,
hope it's
yeah.
not like, you know.
Fuck
I
yeah, that was
mean,
hella intrusive.
it's cool. Me visiting him where he lived, which was in Seattle, was our first date, and I stayed there for like 5 days.
Did you do any touristy things in Seattle while you're there, or you just like,
It was just kind of him taking me to a lot of local spots for him, which was really nice. He actually made my teenage girl dreams come true and
Oh
took me
my
to the
God.
town that Twilight was based off of.
oh my God,
I
you
just
went
saw the
to
movie so recently.
Twilight has been something that like this entire summer I got into, not
Oh, you too.
complete,
You too.
completely by
Yes.
choice. Yeah.
Oh my
Was it
God.
Forks? Forks is where it's at? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, you went there. Yeah, dude. So it's funny that you bring up Twilight because I don't know if I've talked about this in previous episodes, but
It's the stupidest movie I've ever fucking seen.
it's a little campy, it's a little corny, but I really liked it, So, I mean, without going too into details about it, but you actually went to Forks.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
it felt like so corny being there, but I was so excited.
I heard it was like maybe a few blocks large at best. Like it's a really, really small town.
Their tourism is 100% based off of Twilight. When I got there, unfortunately, it was already closed, but they had a Twilight museum.
Dude, was the weather anything like it was in the movies? Like there's no sun that goes there?
It's so sad and depressing there.
It's a perfect mood for emo like teenage kids like myself back then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Dude, do you have a favorite Twilight movie out of curiosity? Just because I could tell you mine. I just want to see what other people are at with this.
Yeah, one is the best.
I've heard people say that, and I understand why, because I feel like the colors, the acting, the
It's like
camera angles,
Matrix
all
1.
of it. Yeah, no, it's very like, dude, it's super desaturated and it's like very, very bleached out. Gabe, do you have a favorite Twilight movie? You've watched all of them. Do you have a favorite Twilight movie?
My favorite one definitely has to be the first one. I agree. It's the one that introduces it all. It's the one that like gets it going because when you watch 2 and 3, you're like, what the fuck is going on? You don't even know what's going on. The last one was cool with like the whole fight ending. I will say that. Remember when they go back in time because it's like a vision or some shit? That shit
Oh
was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. No, I'm glad that none of them actually died for the most part. But
Oh,
The
spoiler
yeah.
alert for those
only
people.
thing
Yeah.
that I have a problem with is in the very first one when Robert Pattinson, right? What's his character's name?
Edward.
Edward.
Yeah.
Edward, right? When Edward Cullen, correct? Am I correct with that?
Yes.
Yes.
When he's playing the fucking piano shit and then Kristen Stewart is behind him. The piano shit that he's playing absolutely is trash. Tell me not, that is not even, what song is that? Like, that's a romantic song? It's like a sad song. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that.
We're gonna fight right now.
I wish I could fucking play that song right now and defend myself properly because it's so bad.
Carter Burwell's masterpiece.
Come on, for that movie? What was going on there? That threw me off a bit. Yo, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's why you laughing.
uh, Again, the first movie's so campy. Again, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like that movie, without like nerding out, they had two different groups of like people shooting it. You had one who had like stationary camera, and then this other person who's like doing like weird Dutch angles and stuff like that. So yeah, I
I don't
mean,
give a fuck about no Dutch angles or nothing. The song was just terrible.
literally asked a bunch of people about who like or which movie they liked the most, and a lot of people, for the most part, say the first one because I feel like the first one
Of
has like the
course.
most personality compared to the other ones where you see the Hollywood budget finally like funded for all this.
Yeah.
Jacob looks pretty good in like New Moon and all the other movies.
Hey,
Which can I
yo.
ask you, Jackie? Were you a team Edward or a team Jacob back in the day?
Easy. I was Team Edward 100%.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Wow.
Okay.
You're Team Edward. Of course, everyone's Team Edward. For real.
I would say definitively Team Edward, even though I did like Jake. Jake was kind of really weird and creepy in like a lot of the subsequent movies.
It was hard to root for
Yeah.
fucking Jake.
No, it's good. I mean, how long did you stay in Forks or like in that area? Just like for a day?
We were only there for a day.
Did we catch you at like Sad Jackie? Is Sad Jackie era?
No, this is like rebuild Jackie into the best Jackie she could possibly be.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure because everything you talked about with whatnot that you heard earlier before.
If you caught me a month ago, I would have
That
been,
was Sad Jackie.
it was
Jackie?
bad.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Huh.
Oh man. Yeah, it does fucking suck, man. At least you're in rebuilding phase. Did you get to do anything fun outside of the concert? Before this, we were talking about you biking and shit.
Oh man, learning how to ride a bike as an adult is really crazy.
How have you never learned?
My parents, even though they bought me a bike with training wheels, never took the time to take me outside to teach me how to use one. Yeah, so I would ride it in the apartment.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
So-
riding a bike,
Mhm.
right, was the
Mhm.
first activity that my dad ever cursed at me at. You know, he tried to teach me so bad, but no matter what he did, I could never learn from him how to ride a bike. I learned on my
Really?
own. Yeah, because when we were young and it's imprinted in my brain, he must have like, I think he called me a bitch for real. Like, he called a young child a bitch for real. Yeah, you know, in Tagalog or whatever the fuck that they say, they'd be like, they're saying
Oh.
grumble and well, fucking putang inang, whatever the fuck. And I was like, damn, bro, you're fucking brave to learn now. Have you fallen?
No, I didn't fall. I almost fell actually because I got really comfortable. And you know how your mind gets comfortable when you're learning something new? It's just like, I'm okay. And then fear comes, and then I push the brake handles too hard, and I almost like went forward.
Oh, shit.
Ooh. But they don't provide any like headgear or like knee pads or elbow pads and any of
Just
that
a
stuff?
helmet.
Okay. At least they provide the helmet though.
Yeah.
They
Um,
provide the helmet. You didn't bring your own helmet. You have a used helmet. I get fucking lice, dude. No. But I mean, where do you ride? Where do you ride?
So this class was in McCarran Park.
Okay.
Okay.
A lot of cars.
Oh no, it was in a area where there were no cars.
No cars.
It was in the park.
Oh, in the
Yeah.
park
Okay.
itself. But you said, is it paved over there completely, or
Uh,
there's like no?
I think only bikes can go through that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
shit.
is it like closed off for people, or is it like, as in like, so if other bikers are there, is that area like just closed off for the meantime for like training
Oh,
or?
it's not closed off. I mean, there
Okay.
was a ton of us. There was like 20 of us that day. So the people who actually knew how to bike are able to go around us.
Fucking
Oh,
pass you.
Yeah.
gotcha. Cool.
When was the last time you rode a bike, Don?
When I was like dog sitting for my cousin Josh in Brooklyn,
Mhm.
he lent me his bike pass. So I was literally biking all around like lower Manhattan and all the way from like Williamsburg all the way up to like McCarran Park. Like it's one of the few opportunities that I could kind of just get to see the city from a different level. Like I always drive around or take, the subway. So again, once you have that bike, you have a lot of freedom with it. And again, a lot of great places to go to. There's a lot of different places for you to like park the bike and then just get another one. When I first learned how to bike, my dad and I literally fell in mud. Like this is like freshly rained area in Fort Todd and before it was paved. He's pushing me and I pedal and I managed to get my balance. But then before I learned how to like slow down, like we literally
Mm.
both like fell in the mud. So, you'll get there. You're definitely gonna get there
I'm
Oh,
eventually.
sure you're a
You know?
fucking pro already, man. How many times have you gone? How many lessons have you gone?
one.
Oh, she's your very first one.
My very
Oh,
first.
okay.
Oh,
I know, but you
Yeah.
haven't fallen and you're doing your thing. You're good
Yeah.
already, dude. Well, you get one more is all really you need, and you're a pro. Come on.
I
What the
think I'll
fuck
need
else are
one.
you gonna do? No, man.
What do you mean?
No, I mean, like, how many more lessons do you need?
This one lady did 7 is was up to 7 and she still didn't get it yet, and I see her as my inspiration for continuing if it doesn't happen the second time.
Wait, but you did it already. You're moving and grooving already. You haven't fallen.
I haven't fallen, no.
So you're already
So,
ahead of this lady who been there 7 times.
yeah.
Damn,
okay. So you have your balance. Yeah. So all you need to do
Yeah,
is just
you're
get the
good.
pedal motion and you're good.
I'll be fine. I got this.
Yeah, I believe in you. You, me, and Gabe could literally like ride a bike. We could, just get it going.
Let's do it like a triple bite.
Gabe, you have a bike, right? You don't have a bike?
Yeah, I have a bike. I have mad bikes actually. Two.
Oh
I'm not gonna say
shit.
over here I'm a biker or whatever. Like, no, I haven't ridden a bike in mad long either. But I think the
Mm.
last time I for real was riding was like before I had a car and I was trying to go over somebody's house at like literally 3 o'clock in the morning. I was fucking biking on Hillside Avenue, bro, by the halal cart. Pass from where I live all the way to Taco
Uh-huh.
Bell, if you know that shit.
Uh-huh.
Bro.
Okay. Yeah, no, I know where that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
Oh
really
snap.
stupid shit. I had like a car
Mm.
like beep at me, like, yo, go home or some shit. Cause they knew I was up to no good at that time. Come on. But I mean, outside of biking, is there anything else that you've like done to, revitalize yourself? I know one big thing
Uh,
for me was the gym. The gym was big for me. How about you?
oh my god. So I've been doing Orange Theory
Oh, a
since
hit gym. Yeah.
the end of June. And I have lost 16 pounds now.
Fuck. That's
It's
good.
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
I'm so ecstatic about it, and I have 15 more pounds to go to reach my goal weight.
No bullshit. Do you feel the energy difference already? Because, I would say by 15-pound difference, like I fucking feel different.
Oh my gosh. So I wasn't able to run at all. And now I can run for like 15, 20 minutes
Okay.
without
That's
Nonstop?
great.
stopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. That's more than me,
Yeah.
no lie.
Wait, so question, because like I haven't done Orange Theory, but I did do like a hit gym. Like Orange Theory is like hit workouts, right?
There's 3 different stations,
Okay.
and each station is I think 15 to 16 minutes.
Mhm.
So it's rowers,
Okay.
floor workout, and
Mhm.
then the treadmill.
Cool
Yeah.
setup. And then you just rotate between the three like for like an hour. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because like what I did wasn't Orange Theory back then. This was like before the pandemic. I did this thing called Better Body Boot Camp. That one was kind of brutal in a different way because a lot of it was like centralized around burpees. I don't know how you guys feel about burpees,
Oh, God,
but
no.
I was getting pretty good at it. But the biggest problem is that it would kind of like really fuck up my joints. Like I feel like my elbows, yeah, especially like both my elbows were like really taking a beating from just like going up and down. Do you feel like you're kind of bothered by any certain workout, or does it like kind of stress your joints by any chance?
I mean, sometimes the coaches or the teachers like to make us do things on the floor where they make us do like jumps, like jump squats. I hate those. Like jumping on this bench thing that they lay out for us sometimes. Just any
Mhm.
type of jumping really fast, which is
Yeah.
essentially like a burpee.
Uh-huh.
Don't make me do that. Like I might vomit. Like, no, thank you.
Can I ask, like, when you first worked out? Because, like, my first workout, I literally couldn't complete it because I think I was just so winded and, like, pretty much, like, disoriented from the entire workout. Were you able to complete the workout or, do you have any issues with it? Because I couldn't complete, like, my first, like, hit workout, actually.
Oh, I was very stubborn about it,
Okay.
and I was not in a great place, and I was just like, "I need to do this for myself."
Have you ever worked out so hard that you threw up? I know some
No.
motherfuckers who have.
I have not.
Have you,
Good.
Don?
Yeah, like I haven't thrown up, but like again, I think at that point I was just like so dazed that I couldn't complete it. Like I literally had to sit on the floor for like 20 minutes just to like get myself together, you know. How about you, Gabe? Have you thrown up ever from a workout?
No, hell no. But I do know the feeling of being like subdued after a work. And I'm not talking about like bitch subdued, like I'm tired. No,
Mhm.
like my body is like fucking really acting up weird, or like I feel nauseous, like I want to throw up. Bro, it's been bad. One of John Doe's. I tried to follow John Doe because I didn't want to be like that fat fuck
Mhm.
up in the class, right? So I pushed mad hard and I was like trying to prove to John, like, yo, I can fucking do this. And when I did, like, I had to call out of work. I'm like, guys, I'm
Oh,
fucking dead for real. Like, I almost threw up. I almost threw up, bro.
What workout were you doing with John?
Some bullshit ass in CCNY. Like, he did like a martial arts like showcase or some shit. I don't know what the fuck he was
Really?
doing.
In
Yeah,
City?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was like, yo, the girls were there in the back. And I was like, yo, I'm not gonna look like a bitch in front of these girls, son. So I went
I'm trying to
fucking
think.
hard. Yeah, yeah,
Was
yeah,
this
yeah. It
back
was
in
in
like
like,
PAO days when we are like doing some random
yeah,
workshops
yeah.
and shit?
Yeah, exactly what the fuck I just said. Yo, he put it in like this, like it was a small, we've been there many times. It's like a small rectangular gym for us, right? With a mirror.
Oh,
I
I
think we
think
do like practices there or whatnot. He
we're
did
like
an
Wingate Hall. Yeah,
exercise there.
Wingate Hall.
He
Yeah,
did a
yeah.
fucking
Okay.
exercise there, and bro, he kicked our fucking asses. So yeah, man, we almost died. I remember that.
nice.
Oh God, Wingate, dude. City College has been like I think about it from time to time, but I haven't like been there in so long actually. Kind of wonder how the campus is. Like,
Fuck,
have
I
you
don't
been
care
back,
about that
Jackie?
place.
I
I
kind of do. I spent way too much time there, but sometimes
You have a
I
love
think of
for
it.
it.
I have a love and hate for it. I think with City, it's a place I'm fond of because I feel like I actually became a person there. But I also spent way
Mhm.
too much time than necessary, and either hang out with people either till like
Yeah.
10 p.m. and vice versa. Like I don't know, like if you've hung out super late at City, Jackie, I'm sure you have, but
Oh
yeah.
man. I mean, there are days that I didn't go to class and I would be wasted on the quad. There was I think it was St. Patrick's Day where I woke up at home and I'm like, how did I even get home? Because we were just drinking out there for hours.
St. Patrick's Day is a dangerous day, bro.
Yeah, and commuting back from City College, like shit, I don't even know how like we did like those commutes from time to time, just because it's like being plastered at 10 o'clock, having to go home and then come back what like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock for some arbitrary like lecture hall class. You know,
I've
like
slept in the library.
the library was a good place to sleep.
I did a lot of stupid shit in the library, for real, for real.
Yeah, the library, CG Hall, like I've probably fallen asleep in any of like all the buildings since like City College, you know.
You
But
know, City College, their library, they have like these like little small study rooms, these little small study huts. You know what I'm
yeah.
Yes.
talking about? You know what I'm talking about? That's a dangerous thing to put in a fucking college, for real.
They removed the doors.
As they should remove the doors. And it wasn't even doors. It was like literally like a pole, and they had like a sheet. Wasn't it originally a sheet? It was like a red sheet. That was the door. There was no physical door, because that would have been fucking
Oh,
crazy. It was a sheet. But at the time there, they didn't have the sheet. They still had that pole there. So no sheet. But come on, man. Dangerous. They should have never fucking put that shit in there. Come on.
Oh my
oh
god.
man. I
Dude.
remember going in there once and someone had a big ass umbrella open as a door so that it would block the view of inside of the room.
What are they
Just
doing
like,
in there that's necessary for that?
we all know
That's
what
what
they
I'm
were doing in
saying.
there.
I don't know. That's that's too conspicuous. That's too
Studying.
much.
Extracurriculars, if you would, right? Oh my god.
I'm
Yeah.
so jealous of you guys right now
Why?
with the vaping.
Oh
Do you
yeah,
vape, Jackie?
we're so fucking
I,
addicted.
I quit vaping in January.
Nice. That's a good thing.
How long were you vaping during that time?
You mean when I started? I
Yeah,
started vaping in 2018 to quit smoking.
we
All
were
right.
never really into smoking, but were you like you were a pack girl? Like you have to have.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wasn't a pack a day, but I definitely smoked a pack maybe a week.
Okay.
Mm.
What was your choice of cigarettes? Like
Yeah, word. Yeah.
Reds?
Where we
Yeah.
saw you right there.
Crushes
Come
are great too.
on. What we
I,
have?
I was a classy broad. I smoked Parliament hundreds. Have you seen those?
Oh,
Oh,
classic
yeah,
broad.
yeah. I've had,
Of
I think I've
course.
tried them once actually. Yeah. Well, see, you started vaping to quit cigarettes, and then like you quit vaping. So what?
Was
I
it
guess
rough?
was it rough to quit vaping? Like how do you get off vaping?
Um,
Give us some tips.
I just really I really didn't like feeling my chest hurting just by smoking or vaping
Oh,
in
damn.
bed.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a very
See,
good
that's the
one.
fucked
Yeah.
up shit, though. Because we don't experience that.
Oh,
If Don and I were in bed and vaping, I'm sure he vapes in bed too, bro. If we were vaping in bed and we had chest pains, we would stop this shit so long ago. But it hasn't given us any bad effects. It's like fucked up, man.
Knock on wood. All of a sudden, some
Yeah,
days,
yeah, yeah.
some
Word,
shit
word, word.
happens.
Let me knock on wood
Yeah.
for real, because I usually don't. But come on, it
but are
hasn't given
you
us any outright adverse effects.
but are you smoking weed or cigarettes as well?
No, 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 no. We don't do
No, 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 no,
cigarettes.
no, no.
We fucked up on the cigarettes a little bit, like when we go to the bar, but we weren't never, going packs consistently like that. But
Yeah.
Okay.
vaping, we've been very consistent on. I don't burn anymore. I probably use the pen too. And the pen does hurt. Sometimes that shit hurts, especially if you get a bad hit and like the
Mm.
oil is like all fucked up and it's actually in your throat. If you smoke, you know
Mm.
what the fuck I'm talking about. That shit hurts. I get that. But that's like a bad hit. But outside of that, there's no really adverse effects that we're feeling. So it's like really hard for us to quit.
I feel like it's changed these days, but then again, like, yeah, I do kind of want to quit vaping. It's just, I feel like, the reason why I would smoke cigarettes, aside from some, like, mostly stress related stuff, but I feel like whenever you're like at a bar and you're having like a lot of drinks, and the one thing that would kind of be like my revival pill, right? I would go step outside, I'd take like, I'd smoke a cigarette with friends, and then all of
Grab
a
your
sudden I feel like, all right,
composure,
yeah, let's
you
get back
know.
in there. Or like, so in the Philippines, when I was like with my cousins, this is like way back when, right? They'd basically be like at a table, like we'd be outside, we'd be eating food, drinking, and then we'd have cigarettes. And it'd be this kind of this cycle of like, dopamine hits back to back. And then the nicotine would help you like sober up a little bit. Then you eat food and then you're able to drink more. So I feel like
Mm.
for me, the pairing of especially alcohol and like cigarettes would be like something that would keep me going. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Is that something that you guys kind of like felt was like a good combo, especially when you're outside?
Oh man, I mean, to this day, if I've drank enough, I will definitely love to have a cigarette.
I know.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Especially when you're sufficiently drunk and then you have
Mm.
that first good long slow drag, extra points if it's the fall time and it's a little bit cold outside. Oh shit, that shit is so nice. Maybe Don and I are vaping a lot because we're very, very nervous. You're our first guest. I think it's a nervous tick thing today. To be real, I was like, that is true. Why are we fucking pulling mad crazy right now? But
First guess in a while. Yeah.
first guest in a while, yes, of season 2. But what made you interested on wanting to come on?
Well, the first episode of this current season that you guys are doing, I remember I was listening to it at work and I remember you answering someone's question, like asking for
Don told me that.
advice. And
Don told me that. You said you hated all my fucking responses. But hey, I get it. I get it.
No.
I get it. I don't have to defend myself. I don't want to defend myself. I get it. But yo, please.
I really wanted to argue with you about it.
I forgot what I said. I forgot what I said about it. But that's funny that you say
I do
that.
too.
Yeah, wait, refresh your memories on what the that episode what we were talking about in
I
that
don't even
episode.
know. I think it was the question of the day.
It was being friends with your ex.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Hey, right, all right, okay.
Hold on. You make me want to pull it up just so I can get it.
This girl was asking like if she should feel some type of way because her boyfriend's ex would communicate with him from time to time, nothing like flirty or sexual, but just to like touch base, like, hey, this is how I'm doing, this is how my family is. Do you think it's
Mm,
okay for them to still be friends?
okay, okay. And how did I
Gotcha.
respond?
You were like, hard stop, no, not okay. Like
Yes,
initially. And
yes,
I think
yes.
you warmed up over the response, but initially you were just like, no. And that really triggered me.
Yeah, can I ask what triggered you about that, Jackie? If you know.
Because I am the weird anomaly of being friends with exes and it not being like, I don't think it's something for whoever I end up with to worry about.
You know, I'll give you some more insight because I know that I didn't actually, you know, I don't really like to say like my business, but yes, like as much as you are an outlier, I am an outlier myself. I'm super close friends with my ex of 10 years. That's really what it is. So it's like when I answer, when we ourselves are in that situation, we kind of know the the bad things that can come of that. I know there's a lot of good things that can. You never want to eliminate somebody who's been part of your life for so long, right? Like as if it was a waste of time. I get that. But, being in the situation that we know and that we're in, we kind of know that there are some bad things. So that's why I'm a little bit harder on it to go like,
Mm.
hey, like for as much, I don't want to say that I am in one, but listen to what I tell you, not as I do. You know what I mean? Type of thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
man. Oh my God.
Huh. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I said for that one, just because like the question was, could you still be friends with your ex, or do you have anything to worry about? I don't think so. I mean, there's always like a sense of if I'm just trying to rephrase or remember what I said. Hopefully, it's not different than what I thought of then and now. I don't think it has, but I don't think there should be a point to be worried about. I mean, it depends on how long ago it was, but at the end of the day, it's like I like to think that I'm committed, and I'm just speaking strictly from personal experience where like I'm committed, and so I have tunnel vision. So if I'm like really into somebody, that's how it's going to be. So I also feel put yourself in your significant other's shoes. Maybe they're not comfortable, and that's completely okay too. I tend to do this thing in podcasts or episodes and just trying to talk to people about like advice and try to give them the advice of least resistance and try to be a little bit healthier about keeping emotions in and having a discourse. But also, I feel not everything's meant to be a fight. So,
Mm.
that's unless it's getting egregious, like she's calling you up at 2 a.m. and be like, hey, what are you doing? You know, then we're probably like piercing
Mm.
some lines here, but I don't think there should be an issue.
Going back to the point at hand though, like yes, you saw us talk about that and you maybe considered getting on. Was there any other thoughts in your head to why you maybe wanted to get on? Because like it's been kind of Don and I had kind of had this realization that like yes, it's fun in the beginning, but then if you keep on progressing forward, like you're gonna kind of put yourself out there a lot. Like why would you want to do that?
Well, with all of the things that have been happening to me recently, I've just been really trying to put myself out there, trying to do more things that make me feel really uncomfortable.
Okay.
And
Hmm.
I feel like the only way for people to grow is to just put themselves into situations that make them feel uncomfortable and they're afraid of. As like I said earlier with Zoom calls, I usually like to keep the camera off and I
You're gonna
don't
have
want
that
to be
camera
seen.
on now. Come on.
No. But like so I thought this would be a great way to like make myself feel a little uncomfortable and speak my mind and get to spend time with some cool people.
Sorry, I had to. No, that means a lot, Jackie. Like
Yeah.
again, it's I like to think I'm pretty candid about things. I like to think I'm also usually on the normal very chill about things, but I feel that, it takes a lot of courage to put yourselves out there. I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh, going to scoff at what you do. And sometimes you're going to be afraid to say anything because, yeah, people might, say something about that. They don't believe in you. At the end of the day, I think you just got to bet on yourself more than anything. And again, seeing you're one of the first people to outreach to us. And so I'm really flattered. And I think that's awesome. Like, I'm glad that you did. And just sharing my experience as someone who's been doing this for, some time already. But yeah, like totally do it. Bet on yourself at all times. Be selfish, and this will help you, especially when you're talking to people and just, orating yourself and explaining yourself. I think it'll help you, especially with those aspects. And plus, again, this is not, yeah, this is a conversation. Like, feel free to like just always like feel free to. It's not like an interview where like we're
Yeah.
asking you stuff. Like, feel free to just speak about whatever you're thinking or what you're feeling in about things that are going on in your life. It doesn't always have to be about like, oh, what you did this weekend or what happened. Like if you have something fun that you did or something that, just was very memorable, that's kind of also the things that we talk about here. Cause that's something that, once we get into that conversation, then we start chiming in with our own thoughts and feelings too, So this ain't, yeah, like this is not just us talking to you, you're also talking to us and us talking together, So I hope that lets some of the jitters out and
No,
everything.
yeah, totally. It's,
Yeah,
it's feeling very easy.
I'm glad,
Yeah.
It gets
that's
easier, man. Our first 3 episodes were ass. And honestly, our episodes are still ass. But yeah, it gets a little bit getting used to, honest to God. Oh goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, it has come to the point of the show, the question of the day. Are you guys ready?
yes, I am.
This question of the day, I mean, this question of the week, excuse me, is actually a very short one. And it reads, I'm going on a big first date tomorrow. What do I do?
Ooh,
Ooh.
is that all we got, Gabe? Like
That's
nothing
all we
more,
got.
nothing
That's all
less?
we got. There's, I when I think about to answer this question, it's like, is it a girl? Is it a guy? But I think it's a good question to be asked today since we have both perspectives tonight,
Oh,
right?
yeah, we do. Yeah, this
All
is
right.
great. Okay,
So I guess we can answer for our own
perspective
preference,
selves.
right?
Yeah, yeah. First date. All right. Being very arbitrary here, right? First, take a shower, get yourself cleaned up, groom yourself in all ways that you need to. Like if you feel like you're someone who rocks a beard, you know, clean cut that beard up. Or if you, like me, have stubble that doesn't grow evenly, yeah, I'm gonna
Yo,
shave for that person. Dude, I
shave that,
cannot
shave
grow a
that.
beard. I cannot grow a beard to save my life. And yeah, just get that outfit ready. I mean, I'm curious what this person might have planned. I mean, if it's a dude, be sure to have like again places that you want to take this person, like a good place to have food, and especially have like a conversation. Like, sometimes a bar or a lounge is not the best place, especially for music. So I feel like having, you know, an environment that's the music's not too loud allows you to have like a good conversation is great. What do you think, Jackie? Like from your end, what do you feel like you would do to get ready for a first date?
Well, I'm definitely going in guns blazing. I would wear my cutest disarming outfit.
A disarming one.
Disarming. I want to just knock their socks off when I first get there,
Okay.
um,
Okay.
for sure. But
Mhm.
I want to be as, and I suggest this for anyone on their first date to be as genuine and as yourself as possible, because
Mm.
putting up a front isn't really helping you because they're not really getting to know who you really are, and you want someone to be into you, your true self. You don't want to like be like, oh, I'm like well read and like so smart and like no. I mean, if you are great, that's lovely, but I just think you should just be yourself. This
Mhm.
way, if they actually really like you, it'll be easier. Yeah. But for a guy specifically, I suggest this highly. Please go in with a plan. Please don't leave it up to the girl. Don't be like, "Oh, so what do you wanna do?" No. Figure it out and just let her know, like, "This is the time. I'm taking you here. I have everything taken care of." I think it's very attractive when a guy comes in with a plan. Please.
We have to take notes. 100%. We have to take notes now. When I think about what you need to do to get ready for a date, I don't know if you're a guy, I don't know if you're a girl, and some things are going to apply to both or whatnot, but this is for the guys. Okay. I
Yeah.
I love that you said to come with a plan because that's what we really need to do. All right.
Mhm.
Before I even answer the question of what you should do before the date, it almost comes in default. It's obvious you're 100% going to have a plan, whatever that may be. I know there's going to be certain different spots. It depends on the girl, whatnot. That is for you really to decide and what feels right for this night and this person. But we're going to have everything set. Okay. So we have not just one plan, not one location. We have multiple locations if it decides to go there. All right.
Backups.
Once you have all of that set, what do you do for the first date though? See, now we go back to Don's answer. Don't fuck around. You have to take a shower. Okay. You have to shave, all of that. Because you never know what happens. Not to say that all dates go this way, but if it goes this way, right? You want to have everything groomed up. That's what I'm saying. Get your nails done. Don't forget about that. Don't forget to brush your teeth. That's a huge one.
Yeah.
You know,
Hygiene.
and
Hygiene's everything.
when it comes to me and how I like to present myself naturally, right? I like to go in it with the train of thought that I am confident that I am in this, as I've said in previous episodes, the Magneto Aura status, you know, like the one, your best version, the best version of yourself, right? And in order for me to conjure that spirit within me, and I know it sounds so stupid, but come on, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. You have to make sure that your outfit is proper because you know that when you have a bad outfit compared to when you have a really, really good outfit, you feel different, right? If you want to smell a certain way, make sure you already have that set. Have those ready for you, you know, everything that you can control, and anything that you cannot control, don't worry about that. And then we go back to Jackie's answer. Present yourself how you really truly are. Yes. But what she's really trying to say is you don't want to get into this thing where you're saying all these big, fantastic shit to this person. And then in the long run, you're really not that guy, right? Save yourself the time and be you. The object of the game of the first date is not success, okay? And whatever success is, like, you know, leading it to another date. The object of the first date is to find out if this person's really good fit for your life. So you have to present yourself as yourself, and you'll save yourself a lot of bullshit and whatnot that comes when you don't. So yeah, there you go. That's all. You're going to be fine.
I'm curious because, like, thinking about, like, with this first date or first meeting, I mean, you know, sometimes they kind of coincide together, right? But it's like, is it happening after work? I mean, like, I just kind of reflecting on like my own stuff, right? Like, I think I had like my first date after work. So it's like, there's a bit of a scramble for me to be like, oh, crap, I don't have time to go all the way back home to kind of like just completely freshen myself up. But, you know, like at least have an outfit change, like cologne, you know, just to kind of like make myself smell good, you know, and then just like, yeah, just take time in the bathroom to kind of just take care of like grooming yourself, you know, and just get ready. But yeah, like especially if you have time before this date, I mean, feel free to take a nap. I don't know what time you guys are going to go out, but
ooh, that's a
you know,
new one. If you're past 35, take that nap. Holy shit, that's a big one.
dude, I'm telling you from like my perspective, it's like, so it depends on the schedule of the person. Like I've gone on dating apps and like one person, I was like, all right, let's meet after work, like, you know, around 6:30, 7 o'clock. So in my head, I'm like, crap, like that stuff kind of affects you at, you know, our age. And even I think all ages still, like usually if you're at your best, you're not like working all day and kind of stressed by like all the bullshit from everyone else. So
What are you trying to
it's
say?
ideal. No, I'm just saying that like, so I've gone on like first dates literally after work. So like my bar of energy isn't like all there, but at the same time, I am in maybe another respect a little bit more candid and a little bit more like I guess it's kind of hard to describe, you know, where like my head is at. Not that it's a bad thing or anything, but more of like I feel like because I'm a little tired from my day, since I didn't really get fully rested, I feel like I'm a little bit more open and a little bit more unafraid of like things that are going to happen. Like I'm just more present. It's kind of weird because sometimes first dates are very nerve wracking. Even if you get the best amount of rest, you can't help but feel the anxiety and anticipation about going into the date. And then sometimes, like when I'm just coming out of work and like I go out on a date, you know, like on a first date, I'm just like, all right, didn't get to rest, but also like I'm
But you feel
present.
better. You feel more present if
Like,
you.
I guess I don't know if you guys have ever done, like, have you guys ever done like a date after work? I guess that's my question here. Never. Never. Okay, yeah, because like for me, I think trying to schedule something depending on the time of the week can be problematic. So it's like I've literally done like a first date after work. And so like for me, I do feel that because I'm fresh out of work, I am a little tired, so therefore my energy levels are kind of lower. But at the same time, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah,
sugarcoat things. I'm not
yeah.
gonna kind of
You're more
dance around
present.
topics. I'm a little bit more present in certain regards. It's kind of weird, you know.
I get it.
Yeah. right? Am I
It's
like,
because you're a little tired, so that makes you less inhibited. I think when you have more energy, sometimes the nervous energy is gonna be heightened, then you're just like, "Oh my god."
yeah.
But since you're tired, it's kind of gone.
I've gone on first dates where I had plenty of time to rest, and then all of a sudden I'm just like asking like surface level questions. And then some of the better ones, again, I had a change of outfit, I was able to freshen up. But again, I just came straight out of work. So I feel a little less inhibited. I'm a little bit bolder, if you would.
Mm.
Like I'm asking, I want to say deeper questions or just less of the fluff or like dancing around things and just more direct about it, and then just not afraid to kind of be, a little closer to her. It's weird. I'm trying to describe this feeling. I don't know if you guys will ever go through it in the same way, but that is something that I feel like I've come across.
I think that's almost like a introvert extrovert thing, but not exactly. Are you trying to say that if you had a choice for your next date, would you choose for it to be after work or at a time in which you could have rested?
I think ideally I would feel a little bit well rested, but
Well
having
rested still. Well rested still.
well
I get
rested
it.
still, but having reflected on it, I guess it's interesting what type of energy I'm able to kind of channel.
Of course, of course.
I tend to be more open and a little less afraid of things because I guess I'm tired, so I don't want to go through
Mm.
bullshit or dance around the topic. I'm a little bit more direct. I guess if that makes any sense here.
No, 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 no,
You know
no.
what I
It,
mean?
it absolutely does.
Yeah.
There's a sense that you've warmed up before going
Yeah.
out, right? Like if you get ready and then all of a sudden go out, not only are you like nervous that there is a date, maybe your body, I know this is going to sound stupid, but your body hasn't been outside. So it's kind of like in this shock, like, oh shit, it's time to turn on. As opposed to when you're at work, when you're forced to have you to be socially turned on to a certain level before you get to such date. I preferably, that's why I said introvert extrovert thing. I preferably don't like to I don't like to work and then go to a date even if I have some time to freshen up. That's just me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's this or that, but I'm more of a planner in a sense that I want to have as much time as I can to get ready for this date because I'm just such an idiot. You know what I mean? Like my hair has to be perfect. Like I have to have all the products
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I would do, like stupid shit like that. And that makes me feel more comfortable. Does that rack up nervousness for the event? Of course. But I love being like my best moments when there
Right.
are in pressured moments. But not
Right.
everyone is like that, you know. Whatever is
Oh yeah.
comfortable for you, yes.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about this because like when I think about like first dates with someone that I was seeing earlier this year, right? So she was busy on weekends and then
Mm.
throughout the week was like the only time I'd be able to kind of like do something. Cause I
Okay,
think
okay,
she
fine.
worked in the city and then she lives like in deep Jersey basically or like she'd be always going back to Jersey over the weekends because of like family and like church stuff. So I'm like, all right, well, I have to figure out something during the week. Basically, my best opportunity was to see her literally after work and then just try to go from there. So ideally, I would pick like a weekend or like a Friday like afternoon where I have an opportunity to kind of just get back.
Yeah.
Like I
Set
have like
yourself
pretty
up.
much like get myself up and relax. But then since not really the pressure's on, but more of like, all right, well, this is all I have to work with. So, I'll have to make do with whatever energy I have after work.
A question that get asked to guys a lot is what is your ideal first date? But I think that's a
Mhm.
stupid question to ask a guy. Jackie, what
Why?
is your ideal first date?
Oh, man.
Let us know so we can write this down.
I would really love to go to a nice cocktail bar.
Hmm.
I definitely need a little bit of liquor to cut the edge off because I tend to be very nervous. And once I am more relaxed, I feel like I can thrive.
Are we gonna eat? Like, what are we gonna do?
So for the first meeting, we need to talk first.
Mhm.
Yes.
I think we need to see what the vibe is like before we decide, do we want to continue and make this date longer than just this cocktail bar meeting?
Okay. Okay. All right. And then,
So I went on a 7-hour date in July.
oh,
Oh,
holy fuck. Okay.
Yeah. And we met up at a cocktail bar first, where it was quiet. We had drinks. We were able to talk to each other. And then we both concluded that we liked what was happening between us. The vibe was great, the conversation was good, and we
You had
both were very,
confirmation. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
yes,
Okay.
very attracted to each other at this point. So we decided to go to another place where there was food
Hmm.
and more drink.
Mhm.
Ooh, okay, cool.
And then another place where there was more drink.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
What time did the
Yeah.
date start?
7:30.
So by the time that you went
Mhm.
to go eat, it was probably like 9. So by the time you
Yeah.
went to go to the other spot, it was probably like 10, 10:30, 11, maybe pushing it.
It was a good date. I mean, it was only 3 dates of seeing each other, but the first date was really good.
Okay, cool. Oh,
Mhm.
you're not talking to this said guy no more?
No,
Oh man.
it's okay. We didn't want the same things.
It's
Yeah.
good to
He
find that
did not
out.
want
Yeah.
kids. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Really?
that's hey, you know.
You want kids, I'm sure. Yeah.
Untraditionally. Yes. I met him on TikTok.
On TikTok. How? He slid in your DMs? Like, what the fuck? Hold on. If
I
my
was gonna
mic is
say that
fucking
right now.
flipping his
Yeah.
shit. Hold on.
Yeah.
How did he get to you?
So he posted about asking females their opinion on what he should put on his Hinge profile. He's like, which prompts work the best for me? And I had commented on one of the choices. It was something about Taco Bell. I was like, this Taco Bell one works great. I love it. And he slipped into my DMs after that.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Mhm.
Ooh, Taco Bell. Taco Bell's I like Taco Bell, but
Had me at Taco Bell. Yeah.
Was he like a big TikTok guy? Was he like a famous dude?
He was on College Humor back in the day.
Okay. So he has a following. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Um, honestly, I felt like I was just training wheels for him. I was just a person he was getting his feet wet with, like, into
Mm.
dating. It was never really serious, which is fine. Like,
Mhm.
now I'm okay. At that point, I was a little sad about it, but
No, it's okay. I mean, like I've been on first dates and like, by second date we're holding hands and everything, but then it's like it doesn't really pick up after a certain point. I think that's the hard part about dating is that there's a certain level of interviewing and like trying to get to know each other. And then, you know, sometimes yeah, values don't align. And then eventually I feel like I'm trying to figure out with dating now. Is it that I have to be efficient with my time? Am I just trying to root things out, or is it something that I gotta like feel out and play along, until at some point I guess there are enough like things that are just like, no, I don't think we align on it. But yeah, like I've gone on like a couple dates with like, yeah, just after that I'm like, I don't feel like it's kind of progressing certainly somewhere. Even though like the first date was great and the second date was like awesome, but then it's like don't feel like it's going anywhere. So it's tough, dude. Like dating in New York, is like
yeah.
one of places in the world. And you can build a rapport with a lot of people here because like New York, we're all good at like code switching, so we know how to tone ourselves down and like amp ourselves up, but at the same time finding someone who you not only just enjoy being around in the quiet, but also have like this sense of electricity with is kind of tough. And I can't tell if I'm chasing after something that is too hard to attain, or am I like playing it smart?
Well, I feel like if it's right, you'll feel it and you'll just know. To be perfectly honest, the gentleman that I went to visit in Seattle, I felt like it was right. It felt like kind of like a movie, and the only thing that kept it from happening was the distance, which is valid. Like 3,000 miles is a long, long, long ways away, right? Um, but, like, I've met other people, and it doesn't feel, I don't know. I feel like when you get to know someone and you, like, have a connection, a genuine, valid connection, it's just really easy. Otherwise, it's like I feel like you're on a job interview, and you're just asking questions, and you're being nice, and you have a rapport, but it doesn't really, like, click.
No, I'm with you there. Like, yeah, a couple dates, they're nice people, but it just like past like the interview questions, I feel like I wasn't getting into the nitty gritty of who they were and some of the more fun things. Like I felt like it was always just me like ask and respond, and like cool, but then we're not having like really a conversation. We're just asking questions and just musing about life.
I think if it hits that point where you're like, even in like the getting to know phase, right? You really don't need more than like three not interactions, but three back and forths with them to know, hey, if this is really on or this is really off. Maybe that person is just not the right person. And when you find that said person, then that that first date won't feel like an interview. There's just like
Yeah.
some people that you get along with like outright and some people who just don't really, really fuck with you. So it makes me think about like, I have had really, really shit luck on the dating apps. I've gone on a couple dates, but it's like very far and few in between. My pictures are pretty good. I have vetted my profile to other females who have said that it's pretty good. But like realistically now, guys, can you contain whatever that it is that I am into fucking 6 pictures and 3 prompts? Fuck no, dude. You cannot do
No.
that. So with that being said, I have had a shit ton of luck, an amazing amount of luck in person, old school. And when you ask what is modern dating now, I almost want to answer and say that modern dating now for real, if you really want to cut all that bullshit out, it'll make the dating apps a second priority and actually go out there and play the field. And then you'll find a lot more meaningful connections, is really what I'm saying. So, yeah, I don't know. The dating apps are not good, bro. For women, I think women have an amazing benefit from dating apps. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So right now, I'm only on Facebook dating.
Dude, Facebook dating has probably been like my most successful also.
I put this motherfucker on
sorry, not to
Facebook
interject.
dating.
I had to say this. I literally said this to Gabe also. Continue, Jackie.
Oh, yes.
I get a ton of matches.
Mm.
I think my profile is great. My pictures are great. I get a ton of matches. I don't think I'm an unfortunate looking girl.
Let's go.
It's great. However, like I could have good rapport with someone for like a couple of days and then a date isn't set and then they completely fall off. And I feel like 9 out of 10 of the times it's because someone else has come into their orbit and taken their attention.
Yes, I can see that.
So and it's really frustrating.
But like for guys though, they don't get anything in their fucking inbox. Guys get nothing in their inbox. Like, yes, that could still happen to guys. For sure, it can happen to guys. But we don't even have the numbers on our side. You know what I mean, Don? Come on now. Like when we drove with a girl who just literally installed Hinge for the first time, we were in Queens. We told her, yo, you should start a Hinge profile. By the time we got to the city, bitch, she had fucking like 24 motherfuckers in her inbox. This was a good looking girl, all right? No doubt. But I was like, what the fuck, dude? That is incredible. I'm just saying it's like dating apps for guys is just it sucks. It's not a good place.
I've heard.
At risk of sounding like an asshole, but I feel like for a lot, like speaking for, I think some form of the Asian guys, I feel like for Asian guys, the odds are kind of stacked unless you're kind of like an Asian fuckboy. But, even then it's like, dude, like, and I'm just using this as like my comparison, right? Here, it's like 1 out of 10. If I were to go internationally, let's say like I've tried it just for shits and giggles, right? In the Philippines. And then my match ratio goes like basically 7, 8 out of 10. Like it's insane how that happens. So I feel like the algorithm is kind of fucked for a lot of us here.
But they know that you're not from there. I am willing to bet you that if we got a guy who's local there and then you from here, you would get a lot more matches. 100%. There's a lot going on in that.
Yeah, I digress in that report also. So, but yeah, no, it's again, I feel like a lot of dating apps, like if I were thinking about just the dating apps that I use or don't really use it that much anymore, it's just like Tinder, like I feel like matches weren't really good there. Hinge was kind of built in a way that's supposed to be like that. But again, I feel like because of Facebook dating, it seems to be a little bit more focused and better. And so when you brought that up, Jackie, yeah, dude, like I literally told this to Gabe, like I've had more match frequency and better quality matches on Facebook dating. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something. I feel like I'm meeting people who are a little bit more on the same page, in comparison. I mean, I still get like a couple responses, and then eventually like they would taper off also. But
Mhm.
definitely it's different where like the other apps where I feel like I'd get either no frequency of matches or they'd fall off super fast. Like I could send one response, they might respond back, and then boosh, it's gone. You know? Yeah.
And today I saw a video of what it looks like on the men's side, like female wise,
hmm
and it was really it was a ton of like Instagram thoughties or influencers, just
hmm
really, really well put together females. And
hmm
but they don't seem real to
But
me.
are they
Like
real? I don't understand.
I
Like you
don't
saw a video of a guy's inbox.
I was going through like scrolling and all of these women that he was showing us, the viewer, or they were all like they just seemed like they were made for like influencing or modeling. Like I didn't like there are regular women that are beautiful, but none of them look like regular women that were beautiful.
There's so many profiles that are not just scammers, but they're just there for you to give them a follow on Instagram. For real. It's like a way for Hinge and all these dating apps is a way for these profiles to get larger. And it's really, really easy. Like not even just a scam, but like you could tell that she just wanted more followers on her Instagram type of thing.
Come on now. Give us regular girls a chance here.
Not all of them. What do you mean? Oh, are you talking about like for you compared to the other girls?
Yeah.
I know hearing it from your side, I feel like it's interesting, but also not too surprising. I feel like everything has to be like super polished. Like everything has to be for clout now, right? Again, you have to have a following. You have to present your like a persona. Everyone wears like some form of mask that they present to the public, and so these apps again are built on that network and that drive to bring people of the same type of class together and to push again like for monetization, if you would. So
Mhm.
yeah, like I get it where probably for you, like your version of it is that like again, there are also plenty of influencers who are doing like kind of the same thing, but also just for follows, right? As Gabe would say, so
That's why
it's
I'm telling you,
interesting.
don't play that. Yo, play the real world. It's like so much better, guys. And a lot of people will spend an enormous amount of fucking time getting their profile correct and making it seem like they're better looking, whatnot, filters or whatnot to what people go on, right? To get your pictures and the perfect fucking prompt to get the most ass and interest, right? And
Mm.
compared to how much time it is to just actually work on yourself, like actually deciding a better haircut, getting better skin, brushing your teeth, like,
Hmm.
fixing your posture, losing some weight, right? Getting smarter. They would rather not do that. I think you would get so much more quality matches in the real world if you actually try. And, that's what this entire summer has been about for me. You know, I've been single for a while now, but mentally, I haven't been single for a while now. During the summertime when we were going out, I literally went, my boy who just got hired at a bar in K Town, shout outs to him. It's because of him. I was at K Town every single fucking week. Like, I almost lived there. It was madness. So much money was spent, yes, but I'd never give it back because it was the time in which I realized that, hey, if I actually try in the real world, I'll get significantly better results here. I mean, Don knows. It's made me discover this persona of mine dug in when everything
Nice.
is right, in me. So yeah. Oh, guys.
I did have one last question
Yes.
regarding everything, though. There's a buddy of mine who I think struggles deeply with putting himself out there. Like, again, dating apps are really hard to get, but
Mm.
I think he confided to me that he kind of struggles with like putting himself in social settings. And this is obviously a way to meet people outside of work, right?
Do I know this
But
guy?
you might,
Okay.
I'm not going to put any names here, but
It's fine.
yeah, like so I know he struggles with it, but I've been struggling to try and tell him advice that kind of get him out of his shell and literally put himself like he'll want to put himself in situations, but I know it also gives him some anxiety. But
Mm.
what would you guys do to help, I guess, ease your sense of anxiety of putting yourself out there and trying to navigate these arbitrary like questions or trying to get to know someone genuinely without feeling like it's forced? Like, how do you go about that?
For me, I feel the same way as this person. And like to just make friends, I
Yeah.
actually joined a kickball flip cup league.
Oh, flip cup?
Yes, kickball first and then flip cup after.
Oh shit,
Uh,
I want to try this.
yeah, so it's
That
through
actually
this
sounds
thing
fucking fun.
Yeah.
called Volo Sports, and it's like
Okay.
a 5-week league. And I really just wanted to meet people outside of my friend group,
Mhm.
Mhm.
um, with the possibility of meeting someone new, like romantically, but
Of course.
more
Yeah.
so to just meet people. And I get very anxious putting myself into new situations, especially with no friends around. It's just me. Um, but so far, everyone that I've met, it's only been 1 week, has been very welcoming and positive. And I think that would be a good way outside of like drinking, even though there's flip cup involved, or outside of like a romantic way to like meet people, like through sports, kickball, pickleball, softball. Like there's a ton of different things like that.
What was the question again, Don?
For someone who has like again introverted, has anxiety, like putting themselves in social situations, right, that feel kind of arbitrary, but like, you have any advice for someone like that who's trying to put themselves out there? Like, what would you do to kind of like help, I guess, get them out there and get over that anxiety, this sense of like, oh god, like I'm gonna meet people, like friends of friends, but also it's like kind of forced or feeling this way? Like, what would you tell someone like that to help me to get over it, or any suggestions for it?
It's a tough one because like you have to figure out what drives this person, right?
Mm,
If they're confident forward, then like myself, usher everything in that would benefit more comfort for you. That's your thing. I almost want to ask, and I know you said it's not um you're not going to tell me who it is. That's fine. That's fine.
I'll tell you
But
afterward.
if I can ask, does this person have an emotional tie towards something? Okay, and you can answer that yes or no.
Emotional tie in what way?
If they have active baggage going on, and I ask this because like if you put yourself out there and you have an emotional tie, I don't care whatever it is of what you do, you're not gonna be comfortable enough to get the result that you want. When I say that, and I know this is gonna sound so stupid, but like the first thing that you can do if that is correct is forgive yourself. And I think that you could actually ease a lot of that uncomfortable energy, that introverted energy, and put you in a better spot when you actually do put yourself out there. Let's assume that that's not the case, right? That you're actually active and ready to go. What can you do to get more comfortable? I think Jackie suggested it already, and I mean, perfectly. Continue to put yourself in uncomfortable positions, and eventually you'll get better at it. Just like biking, let's tie it into everything that we talked about. Just like biking, after the first lesson, by the third, you're gonna be so nasty you won't even have to think about it no more. Your dad calling you a bitch over the ear will be a long old memory from that point on. Okay. And, really, you know, uh, what did I want to say? If you keep on putting yourself out there, you'll feel much better about it. Just like I said earlier before me going into K Town, I wasn't going to K Town always with people. Don joined me for a couple days, other people joined me for a couple days. But for the most part, I put myself out there alone. Okay.
yeah.
And that shit is the scariest thing ever.
Mhm.
But you aren't going to get over it until you get over it. There was so many times in which I've been invited to a party, a lot of attractive people, people that I could see as my partner, but for whatever reason, honest to God, bro, Don, and you're not even gonna fucking believe this. Hair perfect, scent perfect, outfit perfect. I'm in the fucking bathroom vaping because I'm literally scared to talk to these people. For real.
Mm.
For real. You know, that has happened. I'm willing to say that if you put yourself out there alone in uncomfortable positions, by the third time, just like the third biking lesson, you'll be in a much
Yes.
better position. Sooner or later, it's going to become second nature, and you're not going to feel so pressured on it. You'll actually maneuver that situation how you want it, because you're not thinking about all that bad energy, all that nonsense which you're trying to get over. So yeah, man, I hope this friend of yours gets over it. I don't think it's as hard and as bad as people say it is. But don't get me wrong, it's fucking bad out there. But it's not as bad as if you really, really try and you don't give up.
I hope he listens to this episode.
Me too.
Yeah. All right. Jackie, dude, thank you for joining us on this episode. I know it's a little nerve-wracking, but we were really glad to have you for this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, like, you have any closing thoughts of your own, or things that, you're aspiring
Anything
to
you want to
do?
shout out?
Anything you want to shout out? Anything going on for you? Instagram?
Oh man, I don't know, but I do want to say one thing just
In
from this
closing.
in closing.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you, Gabe. Just to anyone out there who is trying to like get uncomfortable with yourself and just grow, just be yourself, and I think everything will fall into place, because that's what I hope for.
Beautiful.
Let's
All right,
go.
guys. Thank you again for tuning to this
Thank you so
episode of the
much,
Buildcast
guys.
with our guest Jackie. Again, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we are also on Spotify, Instagram. You'll see our reels there, and we hope to see you guys next time. Peace.